So in the last video, I show you how to get the response in Smartlead and get it in an appropriate way so you can reply after. And in this video, we are gonna go through the fun part, right? And we have here the message, and it's exactly the same one as before. So it's assigned to me, and yeah, that should be always the case because we want to keep the channel organized, right? So let's reply, and as you can see, just for context, this is the message we're going to reply to, right? So I'm gonna put something like no worries, man, do you want to automate? And now we are going to send this email. So I'm gonna click, and now there should be things running in the background, and as you can see, everything was refreshed. Now you can see that this was the lead, blah, 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 and this was the original email. And the answer was, hey, no worries, man, do you want to automate, right? So this was actually what we sent. You saw it live, and it's really convenient that this is replaced by something like that, because then people are not making mistakes and they're not double replying or anything like that. Yeah, so as you can see, this worked fine. Now let's see if everything worked in Smartly. So as you can see, yes, a message was sent through here. And if I open my personal email, I should have received something. And as you can see, yeah, no worries, man, you want to automate. So works really nicely, it works really fast. And this is something which, if you work in that way, like we talked about before, it's something that it could be really interesting. So now I'm going to explain the logic of the workflow, and is not so difficult. So basically, you receive a webhook, which is basically the payload from Slack, and this you need to configure it here. You come to interactivity incoming webhooks, and you just basically put it here. And then depending on the channel, you can put this one. So this one is for testing purposes, and I'm gonna delete everything after. So yeah, it's fine that you see the webhooks. Then we set the variable, which is the API key. We parse the JSON. We set another variable, which is basically the email body that you're gonna use afterwards. We give some format, right? Because in order for Smartly to work correctly, we identify every time there's gap in the or a line break in the Slack channel, and then we put a line break with HTML. And as you can see, that works perfectly here. So you have here the line break. Then we search the data in the data store, and basically what we are checking is timestamp versus timestamp, and then we get the one that we need to reply to. Then we continue, and this is to get the intent. So this is basically depending on the route you follow, because it can be the intent assign, and the intent assign will be this one here, or it can be the send this email. So depending on what actions you're triggering in Smartlead, it will action one or the other. So if you go through intent assign, then it will check the user, all that, and then it will replace, assign the user, and it will replace all the text. So it's going to look exactly the same. The only thing is going to change is this thing here, which is going to be the user. So when we send the email, and actually I'm going to open the one that we just sent so you understand better. We first get the message history. Okay. Then we send the email in Slack. And how we send the email in Slack? And then we send the email in Slack. Unfortunately, I cannot show you this endpoint because it has my API key for Smartlead. But as you can see, we just basically put the fields which are required, which is email status ID, the reply message ID, the email time. You can put or keep empty. The email body. So this is basically how it was formatted, as you can see. No worries, man. Line break that you want to automate. We add the signature, so you can keep this one true or false. And this is the email which we are getting. So it's having like a context, right? And at the end of the day, the lead can follow. So as you can see, everything is kept is being kept nice and tidy. Then if it was correct, so if it's status 200, it continues to here. Otherwise, it will continue trying, because sometimes maybe you're hitting API limits, or you're just simply Smartlead is down or whatever. So here we put 3 attempts, 10 minutes. And once this is completed, then then we do the text parser and we format a little bit the text. Well, I don't remember here. So we get the message blocks for whatever reason. So this is basically just preparing for the formatting. And then once we have all that, we replace the original, so the original message, with what we've seen here. And it will be replaced the original email. Hey man, you're amazing. I appreciate it. You loved it. Blah, blah. And then the answer is going to be, no worries, man. Do you want to automate? So this is how it works. It works like a charm, so it works really, really nice. And if you're collaborating in Slack with your customers, probably this automation is a nice one. Is a nice one for you. If you're not using channel, if you're using a Slack channel for responses, then probably it's not even worth. But yeah, let me know what you think.